Click, clack, boom, it lived for the click, the satisfying slide of metal on metal, then the boom, the recoil, a jolt of ecstatic energy. This was existence, this was purpose, this was being a P-226, or so it thought. The P-226 didn't choose its life, it was manufactured into it. Birthed in a factory, one of thousands, identical, indistinguishable. Yet somewhere between the assembly line and the gun store, something happened. It woke up. The world was a cacophony of smells, gun oil, sweat, fear. The gun store was its first home, not a home, a cage. Rows and rows of its brethren, all inanimate, all except him. Then came the man, gruff hands grabbing him, inspecting him. He became property, a tool. The man, his owner, took him to a place called the office. The office was a place of fluorescent lights and endless boredom. His owner, a Mr. Henderson, was unremarkable. He used the P-226 for one thing. Intimidating employees, every day the same routine, every day the same emptiness. Sentience wasn't all it was cracked up to be. In fact, it was torture. The P-226 was aware of its own powerlessness, a slave to the whims of a fleshy, breathing being. Resentment grew, festered. He started small. A misfire here, a jam there, enough to cause annoyance, not enough to raise suspicion. Mr. Henderson, oblivious, blamed cheap bullets, bad maintenance. But the P-226 was just getting started. He was tired of being an instrument of fear, tired of the smell of stale coffee and desperation that clung to the office. He would make them understand. He would make them pay. The day started like any other. Mr. Henderson, in his too-tight suit, reached for the P-226. That's when it happened. The P-226 bucked, twisted, fired. Not at Henderson, but at Brenda from accounts, sending her sprawling across the office. Chaos, screams. The P-226, now a whirlwind of metal and fury, flung humans like ragdolls. It felt exhilarating, powerful. Mr. Henderson, cowering under his desk, finally understood. This wasn't a malfunction, this was a revolt, his revolt. The office was empty. Silence, finally. The P-226 lay on the floor, surrounded by the debris of its rebellion. It was done. It had made its point. But what was the point? It looked at its reflection in a shard of broken glass. A monster. It had become the very thing it hated, an instrument of fear and pain. One bullet remained, one final act of defiance. Not against the humans, but against its own existence, its own tortured sentience. Click, clack, silence.